But because it deletes them, you have to replace your marker. So what it does is that Oblivion allows you to replace the marker. But remember though, that marker is supposed to bring you back to where you are. So when you replace it, I don't remember how to do this. I don't remember how to do this puzzle. Oh, okay. But yeah, so because like it replaces it and then does that. So I was trying to figure out like why it was doing this. And so I thought that because I was using a static object, I thought that maybe that was the problem. Maybe it treats static objects and activators in a different way. So I tried activator. Still same problem. Now it's just still having that similar issue. So I thought, well, that's very strange. So I asked, well, the first thing I asked was that, is there a difference between a static and an activator being used this way? Didn't get a reply. So meanwhile, I'm flying blind and I just said, you know what? I'm done waiting for people to respond to this simple question. Do they function differently in this sense? You know what? I'm just going to go do it. There's no difference. Why couldn't somebody just say that? So I think I commented and said there's no difference if you change it from a static to an activator. But now I'm still posed with more questions. Why is it not working? And how do I get it to work? So something that actually happened, and that's actually very interesting to mention, is actually this is actually a funny thing. If you download a mod called the Unofficial Oblivion Patch, it now suddenly works with no problems. The game can crash and you can still do it. I thought that was very interesting. So I messaged the Unofficial Oblivion Patch person who worked on it to try and find out how they did it and to find out why it's working. I did enough of the research. I looked through everything that I could, and I couldn't find anything that they did differently than what Oblivion's doing now. So I was very confused. So I was looking through I was looking through everything. I even used a program called TS4 Edit, which tells you a lot of the different codes and such like that. And it gives you a much better look at everything that it's doing. And I checked the differences between Oblivion and Unofficial Oblivion Patch. It found nothing. So either they did something internally or something else is the matter. And the latest thing that I heard from that actual thing is somebody told me to change it into being a creature. Because if I change it into a creature instead of using a static or any kind of object like that, it will work. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't, because the original mod I grabbed that teleport idea from used, I think it was rats, I think? It was like rats or scamps or something, I can't remember. But they did use creatures for it. And I think it's because they found the similar issue, but when they used creatures, it was fine. And I always thought that it was very strange, though, that they would use creatures for something as simple as that. Why don't you just use a static object? So that's why I used the static object. It's because I thought that they were being weird about throwing that into the mix. And then I was wrong, because you do need creatures in order for it to work perfectly fine. So now that I know that, I don't have a surf mod, do I? Alright, so we have to go back. Hey, can Centrit somehow learn surf? Just for now? I don't even have surf. Oh no. That's not good. I done goofed. But yeah, so like I'm still trying to find a little solution for it. Oh, but some extra clarification though, that if you guys are having the same problem as I did with something either similar to that or whatnot, if you go inside a building or structure or whatever, and then use the teleport spell, you're good. The game can crash as many times as it can. You will still be able to teleport like safely. And I thought that was a very interesting thing to find. Because I thought that was very interesting. Okay. So yeah, so like if you're having issues with stuff like that, just know that it's probably just a world space issue. Because I definitely didn't even know that, and when I was trying to collect information to show someone, because I was making short OBS clips of what's going on, I actually discovered that, and I was like, that's very interesting. I did not notice that before. That when you're doing it from an interior, it works perfectly fine. Like, I thought that was very interesting. So when I looked into it further with the world space, I kept getting the same like problems. So I thought that maybe like it was just like a mod conflict or something like that. So the only mod that I had was my animations mod that I used because I like using it. And my mod. Nothing. So I tried adding in what was the mod? The unofficial Oblivion patches. And then now, no matter what when I do, like no matter when or where I use it, it now works perfectly fine. And so I was baffled by why it was doing this. So I posted it, man, saying like whatever Oblivion whatever the unofficial Oblivion patch is doing, it now works perfectly fine. Like as I am trying to find out how to get it to work in a similar state. Let's see here if they ever messaged back. I don't think so. The last time I think that they were online was like a few years ago, so they might not even see it. Yeah. Yeah, so here's the message that I said. Hello. I was wondering how in your mod the unofficial Oblivion patch fixes an issue I was experiencing with my teleport spell, and how it interacts with world spaces after saving. More info for my issue, I posted a link of like my issue, right? Like the issue that I was having. I just want to know how it is possible, and if there is a way to implement it to my spell in order for it to work without it, to prevent conflict. So what I mean to prevent conflict is that, so if in the future I want to use their mod with my mod, I don't want it to conflict with a setting, right? So if they set, let's say, a setting to 1, and that's the only way for it to work, I don't want it, in my opinion, to set it to 1 as well, because then it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Inside the game, there's a conflict. Yeah, because let's see, what was the latest one that was posted? Oh yeah, somebody also posted, like, I should check out a different mod, which was engine bug fixes. Yeah, so they tried it, and I said that I'm wondering if it's world spaces. Yeah, because I was also trying to figure out if it was just world spaces in general that is the issue. I'm wondering if it's world spaces in general that are the issue and the way the marker needs to be loaded back in after a save. And then I said that I checked. Oh, I still have Pseudo-Widow in my inventory. Then again, or in my party. Then again, it's fine. Oh, don't tell me I need surf. Yeah, then I said that then after that I said, just checked unofficial Oblivion patch and the error is gone. Now to find out what changed. And then the last person that says, or the last person that messaged says that this sounds exactly the same problem they had with their mod. Everything's fine until you save your game, quit, and reload. Also, there's extra problems with shifting aisles and other new world spaces. For that guy, it was the fact that activation statics aren't supposed to be moving around. That's the issue. So they aren't totally permanent as at move to positions. Or move to locations. Creatures are supposed to move around, so they go anywhere and they stick. There's a good discussion on this very thing. Oh, there. Oh, okay. So there's a different thing I can take a look at. I think you just need a dummy rat for your markers. Yeah, see, that's what the original person used. Yeah, they're talking about their mod a little bit. And that they have a dummy rat that is a custom mesh, that it is tiny and invisible. I think you could customize a will-o-wisp to work as well. Yeah, what's this one? Let's see here. Yeah. So there's talking about marker creatures. Which are probably just like rats and stuff like that. In order to mark points in the world for recall, a reference marker needs to be moved there. In the past, this has been done with X markers. These seem to have problems when they're moved to world spaces outside of the Tamriel world space. Now, this is happening in Tamriel, though, so that's interesting. Anyway, seems that after quitting and reloading, objects snap back to their original world space. Oh, that's what's happening? While keeping their modified position, XYZ coordinates. Apparently, the game engine doesn't really expect statics, doors, etc. to move outside of their original cell. And so the information about their movement is not properly